one.
Oh man, these phone callers, I'm telling you, they make the show. I love them so very much. You're listening and you're probably wondering, could that be you? Yeah, it could be you. Let me know. Reach out, email me, c.simpson at thedailyblitz.blog, or reach out to me on social media, or if you have my personal info, text me, call me, say, yeah, I want to be a phone caller on Monday Evening Quarterback, and we'll set it up. But I want to thank everybody that's been on as a phone caller. I want to thank everybody um that's been on this year, and I want to thank everyone who's going to be on as a phone caller moving forward. Welcome back to Monday Evening Quarterback on Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, Blog Talk Radio, and the Nerdport Network. If you are enjoying what you were hearing, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. The more, the merrier. The more, the better. Week 10 of the NFL. Can you believe that, Ronnie? It just seems like we were having the first um having the first episode of MEQ talking about week 1 of college football and getting ready for week 1 of the NFL. And it just seems like we were calling that Jets 49ers game at the beginning of the year.
I know, right?
Ain't that something? Um Week 10 got off to a very good start. Thursday night football. Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens. Um, what a game. And I know a lot of people complain about the quality of play with these Thursday night games. But this one was entertaining all the way throughout. When the Ravens and Bengals played earlier in the year, it was a shootout. And Baltimore won by a score of 41-38. Now, let's see what we would get for an encore. Boy, it did not disappoint.
No.
Baltimore escaped with a 1 point victory, 35-34. Listen to these numbers. Joe Burrow, 34 of 56, 56 times, 56 attempts in throwing the ball. That's a lot. 428 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and no interceptions. Lamar Jackson, who was still my front runner for MVP right now, 25 of 33, 290 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. This is where I had the problem. Derrick Henry only touched the ball 16 times. That means either Baltimore got away from getting him the ball, or Cincinnati did a good job in preparing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamar Chase, 11 receptions, 264 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase has had his way against Baltimore. So let me just say this. As I'm watching this game, all I could say to myself is this Ravens team's not going to advance in January. It's because of their defense. Their defense doesn't scare me, Ronnie, as it used to in years past. They were always, just focused and formidable up front. The secondary could always make plays, but the secondary is absolute garbage.
Oh, yeah.
When you're giving up over 200 yards receiving, something ain't right.
No, that's.
And I'm just kind of wondering how come they didn't decide to double Jamar Chase. Like, he ain't getting the ball.
No.
And to me, Baltimore, they're a much better offense when Derrick Henry is carrying the ball at least 20 something times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's definitely about right with what lines up with how they should be.
Right. But Baltimore won this game by a score of 35-34. The Bengals aren't necessarily out of it. They're 4-6. If they could put together a little winning streak, yeah, there's a possibility that they could, make some noise.
I mean, the bottom of the AFC is just trash this year.
Yes, it is. And I said this last week, and I'll say it here again. Let's say if the Bengals had a record like Baltimore did right now, right, 7-3, Joe Burrow to me would be your front runner for MVP. Joe Burrow has thrown 24 touchdown passes, which is tied for first, and 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
You really can't put this on him. Whereas you're looking at Lamar. Lamar's thrown 24 touchdown passes, and he's thrown 2 interceptions. Lamar looks like he's just having fun. Yeah, he's my favorite to win MVP. He's put himself in a prime position to win another one.
Now, I will give you one other person that I could see taking that from him. And that's
Who's that?
Jared Goff.
Yeah, Jared Goff is playing well. He's been extremely efficient. But the way, I think right now it's those two. Right now. I would say the front runners right now are Jared Goff and Lamar Jackson, with Josh Allen on the outside looking in, because I didn't like the way Josh Allen looked yesterday in Indianapolis, which leads me to our next game. Buffalo, Indianapolis. The Bills are 8-2. They're running away with this division. But Josh Allen did not look good.
Well, this had nothing to do with Josh Allen. This had everything to do with the defense, Buffalo's defense.
Absolutely. They won in spite of Josh Allen, not because of Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was 22 of 37, 280 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And just a couple weeks ago, Ronnie, wasn't I saying this is the best I've seen him look in quite some time?
Yeah.
And then he just finds a way to punch me in the mouth. Yeah. Coming into this game, I said this was a trap game for Buffalo. And I thought it was going to be a lot tougher because there's no Keon Coleman, who's really developing a nice chemistry with Josh, and no Amari Cooper. He's been hurt as well. But yeah, Buffalo, they were able to find a way to escape. They won 30-20. Joe Flacco did not have a good game. And I thought they were about to make that switch back to Anthony Richardson. Flacco was 26 of 35, 272 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor pretty much kept them in this game. Oh, you know my rule. You better have game. If you got 2 first names, it's only right. 21 carries, $114, no touchdowns. I say it with college all the time, Ronnie, and I'm going to say it with the NFL. Focus on what's in front of you, because Buffalo has a huge game this upcoming weekend.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And you want to know how big this game is against Kansas City? The NFL Today on CBS with James Brown, Bill Cowher, J.J. Watt, Nate Burleson, and Matt Ryan. They're going to Orchard Park. Like college game day style. And I kind of like that because I wish NFL broadcasts kind of did that a little bit more. Like, pick a game that really stands out to you on the schedule and have kind of like a game day almost. You get what I'm saying? That's how big this game is, but they were able to stay ahead. What's your take on this Bills and Colts game?
Like I said, it had nothing to do with Allen. This had everything to do with the defense coming away with, I think, they had like 3 picks.
Yeah, even a big guy got a pick. Even a big defensive tackle got an interception.
Flacco, 3 interceptions, but two were well, one was back to the house
Yeah, one was a pick six.
at the very beginning. I mean, there's nothing you can do. There's everything you can do about that. This game, Indy, as much as Indy kept them in, this game was all Josh Allen gunslinging. But I mean, Allen also hurt himself in an MVP race.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sticking with the team that they're playing next week, I thought this was a good segue. Broncos Chiefs. Listen, it ain't been pretty. Sometimes it's looked a little shaky, and sometimes it's looked a little questionable. But Kansas City is 9-0.
Doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you win. You're not
Yeah.
betting. It doesn't matter. The only people that care about the final score is if you're betting on it.
Exactly. This is the Chiefs' first time being 9-0 since 2003, when they had a guy named Tony Gonzalez still playing. I remember that. And then they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals that year. Division games are tough, no matter who you're playing. But division games are tough. And I knew Denver was going to find a way to regroup because Denver got embarrassed last week at the hands of the Ravens, right? Mahomes, 28-42, 266 yards passing. He did throw a touchdown to Travis Kelce, who has tied Tony Gonzalez for the most touchdowns in Chiefs history. Bo Nix, 22-30, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Audric Estime was your leading rusher with 53 yards on 14 carries. I think a lot of people thought Denver was going to walk off Kansas City yesterday, right?
Yeah.
But Kansas City said, hold my beer. We going into Orchard Park undefeated. Yeah. But when we talked about this game on the betting window last week, didn't I tell you Denver will play them tough?
Yeah, because that defense is at least...
That defense is legit.
Yeah.
That defense is very legit. Yeah, they sacked Mahomes 4 times.
But I think Mahomes, too, through everything, is not playing... Is playing hurt.
You think he's more hurt than he's letting on?
I mean, they had to walk him off the field last week.
Against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
that ankle is an ankle injury. It's never going to heal correctly.
So let me ask you right now. Early pick, because you know I ain't giving one. Chiefs and Bills. If you had to choose a winner for that game, who would it be?
It's in Orchard Park. There's two sides of that coin because Mahomes knows how to pull magic out.
Yeah, but Buffalo always seems to beat Kansas City in the regular season. It's the playoffs where Buffalo has problems against the Chiefs. Because they've met 3 times in the playoffs, and Kansas City's beat them each and every time.
So what are they projecting? Can I get I want to see a 10-day forecast.
Yeah.
For Orchard, what are they projecting Sunday? Cloudy, 52. Oh, that's a 4. Possible rain? Because it's a 4 o'clock game. For Sunday. I'd give the edge. Honestly, I'm giving the edge to Buffalo. If there is any kind of rain, you're gonna see more of a ground game, and without Pacheco, you're gonna see more stuff out of Buffalo.
Yeah, I think James Cook is gonna be key in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. But yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this one. I remember when the schedules came out and I saw that these two were going to be playing. I automatically knew. I'm previewing this. I automatically knew. Yeah, I can't wait. Um, some other stuff that happened. Yeah, early morning football in Germany.
Oh, yeah. Don't remind me.
Yeah, I don't want to, but the Panthers beat the Giants 20-17. That's all I'm saying about that.
Daniel Jones lost his job. Put in Tony DeVito.
You need something because Daniel Jones ain't it. Um, the Patriots beat up on the Bears on Devin Hester Day, 19-3. The Bears haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games. In 3 games. Last time they scored a touchdown was against the Washington Commanders. The last 2 games they haven't scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
New England uglied this game up. Didn't need Drake May to go off. He only threw the ball 25 times, completed 15 of those pass attempts for 184 yards. And Ramondre Stevenson, 20 carries, 74 yards. I said this last week on the Prime. Somebody in Chicago got to give a damn. Because there was a lot of hype surrounding the Bears. They're 4-5 right now. Really can't put a lot of this on Caleb Williams.
No, this is on the defense.
No, this is more on coaching and the offensive line.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not blaming the defense for nothing. Excuse me. The Saints, they finally won their first game since week 2 in an upset. They beat up on the Falcons 20-17. They fired Dennis Allen. Darren Rizzi is now the interim head coach. And I immediately just saw a sense of urgency under him than I did the entire season under Dennis Allen. That just goes to show me they didn't want to play for him. Because when you want to play for a head coach, you leave everything out on the field, right? Yeah, Kirk Cousins had a tough time taking care of the ball. I think he did throw 1 interception, but I also think he threw a touchdown. No, he did not. Derek Carr, 16-25, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Alvin Kamara became the Saints' all-time leading rusher in this game yesterday.
Yep.
And he's only 29 years old. Bijan Robinson, did you see that run?
Oh, yeah, I did.
That was some Madden. That was something you see out of Madden. That's just a reminder that anyone can be beat. No, it was a pretty good slate of 1 o'clock games yesterday. The 49ers finally have won back-to-back games for the first time all year. They go into San Francisco and come away with a victory, 23-20. Christian McCaffrey is back, made his regular season debut, and pretty much picked up kind of where he left off. Well, from an impact standpoint.
But I will say this. They won, but there's not, what's it called? It's not happy sledding in San Francisco because they did miss 3 field goals.
Yeah, and just imagine.
And Debo decided to get in the kicker's face. Debo, what you doing? Maybe find the end zone once before you bitch at the kicker for missing the points.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I get frustration boils over, but come on now. There's that, but just seeing Christian McCaffrey back on the field, it opens up their offense. He only had 39 yards on 13 carries, but he was also one of the leading receivers. 68 yards on 6 receptions. And he was targeted 7 times.
Yeah. But what's funny is, so I just said that about Debo. So Jake Moody went 3 for 6, 44 and hit both his extra points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Debo went 5 for 62. You tell me, how much money is Debo getting paid?
Right.
And Juwan Jennings was the head guy.
93 yards on 7 receptions.
Yeah, and also too, here's an idea, Debo. Maybe turn that around and go bitch at your tight end. Oh, by the way, the one that actually found the end zone.
And Ricky Pearsall
Yeah.
Also found the end zone, which I thought
So
was amazing considering everything he's been through.
so please, Debo.
Spare me one.
Yeah, exactly. You won the game. Be happy you won. Your greatest running back is back in the lineup.
He's going to make your life easier.
Exactly. Oh, well, you had 12 yards average. Okay, you only caught the ball 5 times where he actually targeted you and you didn't find the end zone.
Exactly. Here's one thing I want to say about Tampa Bay. They play hard.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. And they leave it all out on the field for both Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield. I mean, even without Chris Godwin or Mike Evans, they still find a way to stay in games. They really do. Yeah, San Francisco came away with a 3-point victory, 23-20. I'm kind of disappointed in the Vikings, if I can be real. Sam Darnold kind of came back to reality. He threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Minnesota didn't even score a touchdown. Yeah, they won 12-7.
Yeah, well, I mean, who did they play? They played Jacksonville. Yeah. Can't even say Jacksonville has a good defense.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't. Yeah, Jacksonville is 7. I mean, Minnesota is 7-2. Jacksonville's 2-8. Doug Peterson ain't coming back.
No, and the scary thing would be is if he's gone, what do you do with Trevor Lawrence?
Exactly. And Trevor Lawrence didn't even play in this game.
No.
He was hurt.
Yeah. Well, that's a question. Was he hurt or was he injured?
There is a difference.
Because if they put him on the sideline, yes, he's hurt. He was deactivated. But is that does that just say, hey, we're going to trade you?
I don't know.
Because I'll tell you right now, it's them, the Giants. Hold on, let me actually pull this up. If the season ended today, who be getting that first pick?
I think the Giants.
League. Let me actually find out. The worst it would be Jacksonville. Well, so all right. So it's a 3, 4, 5, 6 minus tonight's game. 6 teams that are have 2 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Titans, Miami, the Raiders, Cleveland, Giants, Jacksonville. Jacksonville is dead last, and so are the Giants, but give or take.
Right. Yeah, but the Vikings won. Wasn't pretty, but they won. A game I actually previewed, and it did not disappoint. Steelers and Commanders. Came down to the wire. Jaden Daniels is the real deal. But I just want to say this. You can't put this Commanders loss on him.
No.
Because he had too many guys dropping wide open passes left and right. All he can do is throw the ball. 17-34, 202 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He was sacked 3 times. On the other side, Russell Wilson, or, as I normally say, can I say it, Ronnie?
Oh, go right ahead.
His name is Russell. Last name Wilson. You know what's funny? When Mike Tomlin decided to start Russell, someone told me that he hoped the Steelers lost every single game that they played with Russell. I hate to inform you, bro. Ever since you said that, the Steelers have won every game. This is a big win for the Steelers. They're 7-2. And it seems like people aren't really talking about it. Dare I say it, this might be one of Mike Tomlin's finest jobs as a head coach. Russell Wilson, 14-28, $195, 3 touchdowns, and he threw an interception. That touchdown he threw to Mike Williams. Did you see that pass?
Oh, yeah.
That was typical Russell Wilson, putting it up there, pinning it, only to where your receiver can get it. The Steelers ran the ball for over 100 yards as a football team, 140 yards to be exact. I think the Steelers kind of feel disrespected, but I think they're okay with being under the radar.
I
I
agree
think
with
Mike
that.
Tomlin is fine with that because it's been Kansas City, it's been Baltimore, who the Steelers play next week, and the Steelers have a better record then. You've heard about Buffalo and you've heard about Houston. What about Pittsburgh?
Oh, Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh. I mean, Pittsburgh's in the lead right now.
They're 7-2, and they're in first place in the NFC North. Washington had a chance for a signature win, but they fell short. Now Washington has to turn the page because they have a huge game on Thursday night.
But they still have in hand what, 2? Yeah, well, the next game they have 2 with Philly.
Yeah, and I think the finale with Philly is week 18. How much you want to bet that gets?
No, the week 18 game for them are the Cowboys.
Who? The Commanders?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Christmas. The week before, the Sunday before Christmas is the Eagles.
Interesting.
That's a 1:00 game.
That might get flexed.
Might be. I don't think that's gonna go tonight.
Why? Who's playing the Sunday night game that week?
That's actually a good question. Let me find out.
Yeah, please do.
Here we go. 25th. No. Sorry. No, it's the weekend before. Okay. The Monday nighter is Saints Packers.
Okay, now what's the Sunday night?
Tampa Bucks or Tampa Cowboys.
Oh, that's definitely getting flexed out.
What's the Thursday? Oh, that's Saturday. Oh, that Saturday game. Fuck that.
What?
All right, this is the week before Christmas. Your
Okay.
Thursday night, Browns Bengals.
Ugh.
Saturday, Texans Chiefs.
Oh my.
That's the 1:00. Your 4:00, Steelers Ravens.
On Saturday?
On Saturday. That's your 4:30 game.
Wow.
Washington Commanders is 1:00. See, is there anything at 4? No, you know what? They might flex that out to at least the 4:00.
All right, I'm looking at this with you. Let me see.
Because there's nothing really. You can flex 49ers, Dolphins. You can flex. You can't really flex the other ones. The only one that could get flexed is Miami 49ers.
I have a feeling Brady's going to be calling that Steelers-Ravens game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. Was that on Fox?
Eagles,
Yeah, it's on Fox. Yeah.
It's on Fox, yeah. Rams play the Jets that week. Ain't nobody care.
No, that's a snoozer. I'm watching that because I'm a Jet fan. That's really it.
Jaguars, Raiders, ain't nobody care.
That might, honest to God, that could get flexed to one. The only problem is that's in Vegas, so it's a West Coast.
Right. Yeah. Let's see what else there is. What else caught your eye in week 10 of the NFL?
Not really anything that's caught my eye in the games.
Mm-hmm.
But the news leading up to the week 10, Dak being out for the end, pretty much being out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, that's tough. But Dallas wasn't going anywhere. I mean,
This might be good for Dak because now McCarthy is probably not coming back.
And who do you get to replace Mike McCarthy?
Is it weird to say that the running joke is it's gonna be Bill?
I could see it.
I don't know who from the college, other than the only other person I can think of is oh fuck, Tennessee Titans old coach.
Oh, Mike Vrabel.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, Mike Vrabel.
Because there's no other.
Or Ben Johnson is probably going to be the most highly sought out candidate. Or
Yeah,
does he go back to Detroit?
that's a good question.
Exactly. Exactly. Um. Yeah. Yeah. But other than that, the Saints beat up on the Falcons, 20-17. Yeah, we pretty much covered everything. Everything pretty much was close,
Yeah.
except the Bears game. Um, but let's look ahead to Monday Night Football tonight. Miami Dolphins, Los Angeles Rams. Look, Miami struggled this year. Miami's 2-6. If Tua didn't miss any of those games, we could be talking about Miami potentially being one of the teams with a winning record in the AFC. The Rams, I like the way the Rams play. They play hard. I mean, the way they had to grind that game out last week in Seattle after Seattle gift wrapped them the game. Um, Matthew Stafford is the real deal. He has his weapons back, and defensively, they're playing really well. I think Miami's in for one tonight. I like the Rams, Ronnie. What say you?
Yeah, I think Puka is gonna have a standout game tonight.
Man, he ain't punching nobody.
Well, the question is too is Hill gonna be cleared?
Exactly. I got nothing else, Ronnie.
Nope.
Got anything you want to add?
I'm good to go.
Yeah, well, man, this has been Monday evening quarterback, guys. We thank you so much for always tuning in. We hope you have fun listening to this just as much as we have fun recording this episode. How can you keep up with me? Of course, log on to the site, which is thedailyblitz.blog, and enter your email address. Anything that gets posted on the site will be sent to your email address, to your inbox. So make sure you log on to the site and enter your email address today. Do it now, right now, and don't wait a second late, because we got a lot of great things coming your way. Keep up with me on social media. Follow me on Twitter at DailyBlitz_61. You can follow me on Instagram at TheDailyBlitz61. You can follow my personal page on Instagram as well at TheFootballAnalyst_61. Keep up with me on the airwaves every Monday night. After Monday evening quarterback, every Monday night and Tuesday night, you can catch me on the Prime, on Prime Sports World, with David On Point, CJ Hopkins, Matt James, and Israel Rivera. Wednesdays, you can catch me on the betting window with Ronnie here and John Danzo and Ryan Shaw. Thursdays, you can catch me on Snowman in the Morning on Snowman Multimedia Group every Thursday morning at 8:35 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fridays, you can catch me on College Football Showdown on Prime Sports World with Israel Rivera, Matt James. Yeah, and with that being said, I love to end the show with some shout outs. Huge shout out to my amazing family, my parents, my mother, and my father, who I love so very much. And I am not here without them. My beautiful sister Taylor, um, just always working so hard to set herself apart. And she is amazing at what it is that she does. I can't give you enough flowers, as is my dog, who I mentioned earlier in the show, Siebes. And if you have a dog tonight, go pet your dog, hug your dog, and tell him you love him, because life really is short, and there's Siebes barking right now. Um, my other siblings, Sean, Janice, Tanisha, Daphne, Brandon, Keith, some of my other close friends. Robert Butler, who just celebrated a birthday. So happy birthday to you. Jason Tyree, Candace Carter, Kimmel Fryer, Mike Griffin, who just celebrated a birthday last week. Happy birthday, Mike. Rob Carter, Alex Bennett, Corey Harris, Deshaun Elliott, Rob's cousin, Alex. Coach, otherwise known as Cole Johnson. Make sure you check out Cole Sports. He has a lot of great things coming your way. D, our moderator, Kevin Cooper, his wife Lynn, and their beautiful daughter, Evelyn, Josh, Diana, their three beautiful daughters, Tiffany, Natalie, and Madison. I hope you guys are doing well. And to anyone who was just supporting this movement, huge shout out to uh, my three guys back in Chicago, Mikey Mercado, Paul Shavari, and Devin Single. Miss you guys, and I hope I get the chance to work with you very soon. Don't forget Monday Night Football tonight. Dolphins, Rams. I'm off to go do the prime. I hear that music right now. This is one of my all-time favorites. Off the College Dropout, Kanye West's first album. This is the last call for alcohol, or as he said, almost toward the end when he was done rapping, mayonnaise colored bins. I push miracle whips. That's a bar. That's a bar. But this is Monday Evening Quarterback for Mr. Nerdport Network himself, Ronnie. This is Christian Simpson. We will see you guys back here next Monday night, God willing. I'm off to go do the prime. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. See you next week.
See ya.